Hey there YouTube, Zach back here with Rider Reviews. Today we're having a look at the Sigelei 100 watt box mod. Let's take a look at it. And we're back with the Sigelei 100 watt box mod. This is actually a sample that we received here at VapoRider exclusively for our testing and reviewing and stuff like that. Show it to some of our best customers for them to show it to theirs, things like that. So it's not out yet, but it will be coming out within about a week or so. It should be on our website in the next week for a pre-order, and then once we get our shipment in, we will be shipping it out to our customers. Neat little box we got here. There's been a lot of hype spreading around about this particular device right here. One of the first devices in the affordable about $150 range to offer the full 100 watts of power. That is a game changer in my opinion. And this thing is a tank. It's great. I've been using it for about 2-3 days now since we got it, and there's some very good things in this box mod here. First, let's go over some features, then we'll dive down, take a look at it up close, and then we'll discuss some pros and cons of the Sigelei 100 watt mod. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go over some of the features that this box mod offers you with all of its power and vaping potential. First of all, the range it has is 10 watts to the 100 watts. It fires from 1.5 volts all the way up to 6. It can handle a number of different resistances down to 0.15 ohms all the way up to 3 ohms. And one of the best features of this mod here, those two, count them, two 18650 batteries. And that is doing some really good things in this mod. The battery life is incredible. I've been, like I said, using it for 2-3 days, and I haven't had to charge my batteries yet. I haven't been vaping non-stop, but the battery life that I've gotten out of this so far, even vaping at 70 watts, 80 watts, and 100 watts, I haven't had to charge my batteries yet, and I'm still at right around 40% or so. That's with 2 Sony VTC5 batteries in there, which, as far as I'm concerned, is the only thing you should be using with this kind of high wattage mod, so you don't get any sort of problems with the current that you're going to be experiencing with some of the builds that you're capable of using to get to that 100 watts of power. Some really nice features as well. A very large clicky fire button. I like that a lot. It is a comfortable button and feels very solid pressing it to fire the device. Again, you have your up and your down buttons for your wattage. Pretty standard stuff as far as a box mod goes. Let's see here. It's pretty big. This is a pretty large device here. It fits in my hand, but just barely. It's a pretty large casing here to fit those two 18650 batteries and the chip that they have in there as well. It comes with the Yeehee SX330 V3, I believe, is the chip that's in this box here. And let's see what else. The interface that it uses, let's see if we can get a view of that. It's incredibly simple. There's not much to it. Basically just displays your battery life in a percentage, which is nice, so you know where you're at as far as your battery life goes. Also has your wattage, has the voltage that you're firing at to get that wattage with the resistance of the atomizer that you have on your device. Now, the Sigelei 100 watt here only displays resistances to the 10th place, unlike the GI2 that I reviewed earlier. So the accuracy as far as what you're vaping might be a little bit different than what you're trying to get out of it. So incredibly high wattage and low resistance builds, you might not be getting exactly the wattage that you have set there because of these subtle fluctuations here. Now let's see. One of my favorite parts about this, back panel, there's a little notch back here and it comes right off. It has magnets to take off the back cover, and then of course just clicks back on like that. Very good idea. Very I'm glad Sigelei listened to what its customers wanted, because that was something being asked for since the Canna and Hannah mods and the IPv2 and the Sigelei 50 watt. Good decision on there. So it's easy to get at your batteries, things like that. Now, putting the batteries into this device, I particularly noticed when I first got it, not easy is all I'll say about that. It's a little bit of a fight to get these batteries in there, which I wasn't a fan of. Not necessarily going to diss the whole mod because of that, but it's something I have to note because I did have some troubles with that. Let's see, it has an adjustable 510 connection. You can screw it up or down. It's not floating, which is, it's not a bad thing, but again, it would have been nice to have the floating pin in there. But the when you have that screw in correctly, it looks very nice. My plume veil on here is flush with the entire body. That's a plus. I like that. It looks very sharp on here. Let's see. All in all, this device is powerful, but it's simple, which I like. It's easy to use. Screw on an atomizer on it, and you're off to the races. That's about all there is to be said about it. So let's dive down, take a look at it up close, and talk a little bit more about the features while looking at the parts of it in depth. And here we are up close with the Sigelei 100 watt mod. Again, like I said, this thing is pretty big. My hands are not small, but this mod is pretty big in my hands. I have a little bit of trouble holding it comfortably. That being said, it's not too bad. It's just a lot larger than say the Cano mod or the GI2 that I reviewed, or even the new Cloudpore T5 is a lot more comfortable in my hand than this particular mod. That being said, here, let's look at the buttons. What you got here, your big old firing button. Very nice. Very nice action to it. It feels good to push. Not particularly clicky with the sound it makes, at least, but it has a good feel to it. Then you have your up button and your down button. Now here, let's take a closer look at that display. Let me see if I can get it looking right here. Okay. Yeah, so basically what you have your wattage, your battery life, your voltage, and your resistance. I have, as it says here, 0.2 build in it, but after measuring it with a resistance meter, it came out closer to 0.25. So again, that's where the only the 1 decimal place comes a little bit into play, especially when you're playing with the higher wattages as you are with this mod. Not too much else as far as the screen goes. Like I said, it's an incredibly simple interface. One real feature that you can do here: lock by pressing the up and down button. Try and fire it. Please unlock. Again, press the up and down button. Hold it. Unlock. That's all there is to the operating system, as it were, on this device. Now, like I said, a really nice thing with this mod, this back panel here. There's a little groove down here. You just kind of get at that, and it comes right off, and there are your batteries right there. The housings I'm seeing in these new generation of box mods, they look very, very clean. Doesn't really show you any wires or anything. There's a couple of wires you can see near the connections and such, but otherwise pretty much all enclosed here in plastic. Now, I'm not even going to take out these batteries and put them back in because they are such a pain. I'm sorry to say it, but with the kind of battery life that you can get out of this mod, I'm willing to overlook that, because I hopefully won't be having to take out the batteries all that often. Then again, to reinstall the battery cover here, just click, click, and that's it. Then you have 2 screw holes here, but it ships with screws, but the screws are completely optional because these magnets are strong, and it doesn't come off without you having to pry it open. On the bottom here, you got some vent holes, and got your Sigelei logo there that's hard to see. But other than that, that's about it for this mod here up close. It's incredibly simple, but it does its job well. So let's take it back out to the main screen, talk about it, and vape on it. And we're back. So let's talk some pros and cons on the Sigelei 100 watt mod. There's quite a few pros. There's a number of cons as well, as far as I'm concerned. Let's go over the pros first. Pro number one, 100 watts. That seems obvious. It has some really big potential here. Second, that big firing button. I love this thing. It's comfy and it feels good to push. It has a simple interface, so the entire mod is pretty much just plug and play. Screw on an atomizer and you're off to the races. It has that magnetic battery door, so you can get to your batteries much easier. All of my atomizers that I've tried on here sit nice and flush. Can adjust that firing pin to fit any of my atomizers. And last but not least, the battery life that I've gotten on this thing has been outstanding. Best battery life that I've gotten on a regulated device pretty much of any of them. I know it has the 2 batteries, but even with that 100 watt capability, it still performed better than my Cana mod at the max of 30 watts. Alright, now some cons that I've seen with this thing. Number one for me, right when I got it, the batteries were so difficult to put into this thing. It was ridiculous. I almost ripped the wraps off of some of my batteries trying to put it into this mod. Number two, the casing on it feels a little chintzy almost. It's a minor thing, but I would have liked to see like smooth stainless steel, or maybe some other higher quality feeling material. It feels relatively solid, but the casing just has a little bit of a weirdness to it. Not a big deal, just something that I've noticed. Let's see. Its simplicity might also be a little bit of a con to some people because, like I said, the resistance is only read to the 10th place, so your wattage may actually be a little above or below what you're actually looking for. Again, for most people, this isn't going to be a big deal, but I know for some people they will be a little disappointed by that. The simplicity is not just a pro, it can be a little bit of a con as well. And finally, this thing is just big. It's a really big mod, and if you have smaller hands or don't like carrying a big device with you, it may not be for you. Doesn't really bother me that much, but again, like all of the cons here, they're at least worth noting that maybe you'd be interested in another 100 watt device. Again, the GI2 is probably 2/3 this size and fits in the hand much more comfortably, and also offers that 100 watts. All in all though, the Sigelei 100 watt mod has exceeded my expectations. It is a very solid mod with a lot of capability, and not too bad of a price tag either. Currently, a lot of these are being pre-sold for right around $100 or so. So that's probably part of the simplicity as well. So for what it's worth, I would give the Sigelei 100 watt mod a thumbs up. I would recommend it to most people who are looking to get into high wattage vaping. It's certainly not for everyone, but for anybody who's trying to really explore the potential of their drippers and other devices that can handle this huge amount of wattage, it's a great product for that. This has been Zach with Rider Reviews. Let's keep on vaping.